I just look like a fucking total rat.
Everybody,
Oh, shit.
welcome to hell. Welcome to hell, bitch. Welcome to hell, bitch.
I've been in hell for years.
Why are you
You
calling
little
everybody
bitch.
bitches?
Sorry, I
What's
called
the
you a
name of
bitch.
the
Thank you
show?
for
You gotta
watching.
give us the intro.
What's the name of the show? It's our video game episode. Everybody's been asking for it because we are gamer dudes. So today we're
I'm
gonna
a
be
little
talking
bit of a
about.
gamer, dude.
We're gonna be talking about some games that we've been playing,
He
some of
plays
our
chess.
favorite games ever, maybe, and some games that are
Yes,
coming
dude.
up soon. But first, I've got some jokes to tell you guys. Okay.
No.
Don't want to
No,
leave you
God,
hanging.
no, please. Satan.
Here we
help
go.
us.
Donald Trump said he was going to be arrested this Tuesday. See, that's a good joke. Rich cunts facing consequences? Hilarious.
That is funny. Not like
Yeah.
a ha funny, but like, yes, you got what you deserved funny.
You know, it was really funny when Mitch McConnell fell down the stairs and got a concussion. That was hilarious.
I remember you talked about that.
Yep, it was a callback, yeah. This joke was written by Joke AI because I was running a little behind on time with my schedule of writing jokes. So I wanted
didn't know
to,
you were a robot.
yeah, I wanted to write a video game joke, so I figured why not let a computer write it? So the best thing about video game remakes is I'm talking about the new Call of Duty, which gives you the option of shooting a man in the vagina.
I like how he's throwing fucking AI under the bus for that joke. You know you damn well wrote that joke.
I know, Paco, how dare you destroy the great reputation of AI?
AI would have wrote a better joke. That was your ass admitted.
Well, no, AI would have written a better joke, but I had to pay fucking $5 DLC for it.
You couldn't afford $5?
All right, good one.
So that's the joke.
Yeah, that was all right.
All
I caught on to that. I like that one.
Gotcha.
I'm a little
That was a
slow
good one.
today,
That was a good
guys.
one. That was a good one.
All right,
Good
moving
team.
on from jokes. I didn't have much prepared. Sorry.
Well, great. Yeah,
But
great
I
for the
know,
listeners. I'm sure they're loving it.
Polly, you've been talking to me about a lot about this game called Atomic Heart. Now, I don't know too much about it myself, but I do have its Metacritic page pulled up right here. It's got a 75 Metascore.
75 out of what? 75?
Out of 100.
Bullshit.
Let's see. Critic reviews seem to
Wait, did I
lean
miss this?
higher. Critic reviews seem to lean a little bit higher than user reviews.
Lee, have you already started the thing I wanted you to start?
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I did not.
Okay. Go ahead and start it.
Okay.
All right, Paco. I think you're done, right?
Yeah. I'm just saying the critic reviews lean a little bit higher, around an 8, but then the user reviews generally lean a little bit lower. There might be a little bit of controversy tied up in that. If you want to fill us in there.
Yeah, y'all want some Atomic Heart talk?
Sure, yeah. Let us know what's the game
All
about.
right, Lee, that's good. That's good on that.
Cheers.
All right, so I recently purchased the highly controversial game Atomic Heart.
Now, why is it
Delivered-
controversial?
Well, it's delivered by this kind of a new company called Mundfish, and it's controversial in the same way that you could say Hogwarts Legacy is controversial in the sense that they're tied to maybe some unsavory characters. So essentially, Mundfish may be getting some financial backing from some wealthy, Russian oligarchs who may have some ties to the Russian government, and in turn be associated with like the war in Ukraine and everything. Right. Which, I mean, very well that could be the case.
Yep.
And my response to that would be like, nobody boycotted fucking Modern Warfare 2. You know what I mean? Or any of these games that were like exploiting the war in Iraq.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you're taking the whataboutism route.
Exactly. So real quick,
I'm looking
I'll
at
talk
some
about
footage here. It looks pretty fucking sweet.
Yeah.
So the gameplay is really good. It takes place in the Soviet Union, like 1955, fresh out of World War II. The Soviets have mastered robot technology and have created this utopia. So it is praising the Soviet communistic like ideal in the
Okay.
very beginning of the game.
Hmm.
But then not 10 minutes into the game, it all collapses. So for me, I don't think it's an actual praise of communism. I think it's more of like just it's an alternate history. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Just for fun.
Yeah.
I think people
Yeah.
read way too deep into these things, especially now.
Yeah, I agree.
But it's fucking sweet, dude. The opening, so it starts out this city in the sky, a lot like BioShock Infinite, which is fun.
Hmm.
Um, and then you play as this like uh military guy who's like sort of woken up, doesn't know what the fuck's going on, and is just like going to meet some scientist, and then everything turns to shit. And it's really good. The soundtrack. I don't know if y'all know who Mick Gordon is,
No.
but he's done the soundtrack to some memorable games such as Doom,
Oh shit! All
Need
right.
for Speed,
All right.
Wolfenstein.
Wait,
All
wait,
right, you
wait.
did
Need
some
for Speed.
research,
Did
yeah.
he just DJ? That's
He did
essentially
the
what he
fucking
did.
soundtrack. I guess. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
he
don't know
just
exactly what it
DJ'd
means to do the
it.
soundtrack. Maybe you pick the songs that you
I don't.
play in
Yeah,
the
maybe I
game.
don't know what that
Yeah.
means either.
But dude, the soundtrack to Atomic Heart is fucking baller, dude. Like, here, I wrote down this. It ranges from seemingly traditional Russian like ballet opera to harder and faster like Russian dubstep.
Okay.
Jesus.
It is very Russian centric, which is fine. That doesn't make it like propaganda.
Yeah.
That's why everybody's freaking out, is because they're like, "Oh my god, they're like praising the Russian ideals."
Do you
And
wanna
America does that in everything we do.
Yeah, I
So
do you
agree with
wanna
that.
hear
chill the fuck out.
some of these reviews here on Metacritic?
All right, yeah.
I'll do one really high one and then I'll go find a low one. All right, so let's start with
All right, let's hear it.
do you want me to start high or low?
Start high.
Start
All right,
high.
we'll
Bring us
start
down.
high. So as for critic reviews, so leaving all neighboring political scandals aside, Mundfish has achieved a universe with the perfect combination of passion, discipline, and talent, which enables a simply magical level of attention to detail and freshness. What Atomic Heart brings to the table is no less than a masterpiece of art. That's 100 from Gamers RD, whatever that is.
Hell
And
yeah.
here, here's a low one. This is from a publication called Player 2. It goes, I don't think this game is art, and I don't think it's revolutionary. I think it's a huge cultural step backward, no matter how pretty it may look, that is based on mediocre gameplay mechanics.
Okay, well let's dive into that real quick. So how could he say it's not art and then go on to say despite how pretty it looks?
Yeah, good point.
Yeah.
I will say the game mechanics are a little difficult to master.
Hmm.
But you know, playing for an hour, you'll start to get it.
All right, hell yeah. Kaya,
That is funny though that he said.
So do you know anything about the dude funding the money or whatever? So apparently, allegedly, one guy, oligarchy guy, funded a bunch of money to the company, or was it to like one guy who worked at the company?
No,
anything
it's
like
just
that?
the company is getting in, like investors are high up
Okay, I
Russian
got you. I
oligarchs.
got you. So it's just they don't even know who those investors are. I
And
mean,
well,
they
I think
probably
at
do,
the end of the
but
day, it's like it is a Russian company. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So there are definitely ties to the Russian government. You know, that's how
Yeah,
the
for
whole
sure. And I
culture
wouldn't be
works.
doubted if the fucking people there even support the war. I mean, that's just they
Yeah.
live in
Well,
Russia.
dude, no,
That would just
so
make
I got
sense.
something here.
I wouldn't hold that against them, even if I don't agree with it. You know,
I got something
like
somewhere here.
Putin's the shitty one, not the Russian people. All right, give me a second. You're chunking up for a second. Repeat that.
Yeah.
Repeat that.
Sorry. So I mentioned him earlier, Mick Gordon, the composer.
Mm-hmm.
He actually donated all of his money from the game to the Australian Red Cross Ukrainian like defensive organization.
Dude, that's fucking hilarious. Could you imagine being that Russian oligarch who fucking tried to fund a game to fucking promote your shit, and then they just donate the money to the fucking
Well,
fund
also
the other
look how
cause?
ridiculous this claim is.
What
Like,
the
so the Russian plan is to spend 10 years developing a game and then sell it
Yeah.
to fund the war that just started a year ago.
hell? Yeah.
Like, that's ridiculous.
And I also just don't
Yeah.
understand
You know what
the
I
hate
mean?
for the game and Munfit. Well, I kind of understand the hate for whoever the fuck is accepting the money. I guess there might be something to just be like, "Yo, what are you thinking?"
Yeah.
But at the end of the
Yeah.
day, like I'm looking up, there's 63 people employed at Munfish. Dude, 3 of those people know about that shit. The other
Right.
60
Yeah.
are just focused on the game. It's not.
Yeah,
Could,
they're
like,
just trying
could
to
you
make a cool
imagine the
game.
places you've worked at if you got judged for the coworkers, like for some random coworker that worked there and got trouble something? You got judged based on that. Like how fucking pissed you'd be. You'd be like,
Exactly,
this makes no
yeah.
sense.
And they're all
This
kind of
makes
like
no
the whole
fucking
company's the whole company's already under this incredible scrutiny from the rest of the world because they're Russian.
Yeah.
Like honestly, they didn't stand a chance from the beginning. And I would say, I don't support the Russian invasion of Ukraine, but I think not supporting this game would be sort of a nearsighted way to protest the war.
Yeah,
Well,
I think boycotting the game as if it like
I'm
my
looking
whole thing
up
with
an
that is you just
article
need to
here.
go for the people responsible. Like stop
Exactly,
trying to
yeah.
just blanket grab shit and just go for what's responsible.
Yeah.
I'm looking at an article here, and it says that Munfish describes themselves as a video game development studio headquartered in Cyprus. Where is Cyprus?
I do not
Somewhere
know.
in Russia, I think.
Officially in the Republic of Cyprus, an island country located south of the Anatolian Peninsula in the eastern Mediterranean Sea. So they're not even located in Russia. I think it's just key members of its initial team are originally from Russia, and the developer
Okay.
is still described as a Russian studio by certain sources, including Russian media. So I
See,
think-
and I'll tell you what, I wouldn't even doubt it if like imagine if like one of these Russian oligarchs is straight using this as like a game company to like funnel money through or something. Sure,
Well,
I could totally
yeah,
see
very
that, and
well
I
could be.
still wouldn't blame the people making the games or the
Honestly,
game. You feel me?
I think
Like,
they
it's
they
unfortunate,
just-
but it's not their fault.
I think Munfish probably just wanted to release a statement like kind of keep it towards just Russian audiences, just being
Yeah.
like, yeah, we support you guys. Like just kind of tried to keep it hush hush,
Yeah.
and then it
Well, they
just
did.
didn't.
So
Yeah.
there were some gamers who came out and were like, "Hey, so what's your whole stance on the war and everything?" And the company was like, "We don't want to comment on that." And then so this is a little sketchy thing from the
No
company.
shit,
Any
they don't
further
wanna comment,
inquiries from gamers was met with no response. Plus, you got blocked.
Yeah.
So there is some stuff there, but I could see that as them being like, "We don't want to be associated with the war at all."
Well,
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Stop
well, you probably don't want
putting
to
us
like
in.
if a Russian oligarch comes to you and says, "Hey, I need you to do this for me." I'm sure you don't really get to say no. So
Yeah.
you probably fucking
true.
do it, and that's that.
Exactly.
And it
There's
sucks ass, but what the
Yeah.
fuck else are you gonna
Yeah.
do?
They're
You need
going
to
with
go
their own
after the
circumstances.
oligarchs throwing their
Yeah.
power around like that. Like,
Honestly,
those are the
luxury
ones
of being
responsible.
an American company.
Yeah, to me, this is, I could be more forgiving of these fucking guys than J.R. or not J.R. J.K.
Oh my
Rowling.
God! Did
Yeah,
you just
they-
say J.R.
Yeah.
Tolkien? I mean, he was a
Rowling.
racist, but
Sorry.
just kidding. He was. I'm lying.
God.
J.K.
Well, no,
Rowling,
it's
who
almost the
just-
same thing. Nah, fuck what J.K. Rowling was saying.
I don't
like,
think it's the same thing because
yeah, fuck what she's
if
saying.
these guys,
but not
if
the
these
other
guys
people
are
at
in
the
a
company.
position where they can't choose whether or not to say
Yeah.
something controversial, it's very
Oh,
difficult.
Okay,
Rowling
okay.
can-
I see
Yeah.
what you're
can
saying. I
just
see
not.
what you were trying to compare it as. I was comparing it
Yeah.
in the sense that like the employees, like it's the same
I
problem for
I think
them.
what these
like-
guys are doing
But when you're
is
talking
much,
about
much more
no,
forgivable.
You're right.
So I think
Yeah.
at the end of the day, it'd be like
Yeah, you're
blaming the people who developed the Hogwarts Legacy game for what J.K. Rowling is saying.
Exactly. That's what I was
Yeah.
comparing it as. But yeah, what you said also makes a lot of sense too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will say this too, because there's been a lot of talk that the whole game is propaganda. for the purpose of convincing people that the Soviet Union was this, like, utopia.
It might be
And
if it's a sweet game. Fuck it.
it is a cool game. But I got this quote from this guy, Matthew Bird, and he says, quote, "If Atomic Heart is a piece of propaganda, it's certainly not an obvious one."
Yeah.
There you go.
I mean, yeah, games as propaganda are a thing that people do all
Call
the
of
time.
Duty,
I mean,
Modern
cough, cough.
Warfare.
Call of
Yeah.
Duty, cough, cough.
yeah,
Thank
Call
you.
of Duty
Ghost
being the number
Recon.
one was obvious.
Ghost Recon before
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
Any
Yeah.
Tom Clancy game.
Yeah, we love
Yeah.
war games.
Yeah, we
Counter
shouldn't.
Strike, fuck it.
Yeah.
Like, you could
We shouldn't
even
be
say
acting
that.
all holier than thou as gamers, you know.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. So but anyway, the game is I haven't beaten it yet, but it's pretty sweet so far. I'm actually
would
I
you,
sort of rage quit last
What
week.
would you rate it so far? Like, if you had to just give it a out of 10 rating?
I'd probably
10.
give it a 7.5 out of 10.
Oh, that's
Maybe.
let me look back at this. I think that's exactly Metascore 775. So yeah, pretty much exactly.
Yeah, I think that's right. I think that's appropriate. Cool game. The company needs some work. They'll figure it out, And
Well,
they
I'm
should
just-
cut all ties with Russian oligarchs. But hey,
Well, I'm
Cool
just
game.
glad to hear that
If you
you're
need
getting
help, just
back
reach
into
out.
gaming, Paul.
me too, man.
Because,
Me too.
yeah,
It's been a
like,
while.
I love gaming. I do it all the time. I love talking about it, and that's why I'm glad we're here doing a video game episode. You got
Yes.
anything more to say on fucking Atomic Heart?
I did want to ask, what are you playing it on? I never asked that. The hell are you playing on nowadays?
Right here, I got one last. This is what I wrote for me to sign off, basically.
Well,
Atomic Heart.
answer
Wait.
these
Did you hear
questions
me?
first.
Did you hear me?
Sorry. What was that, Lee?
No, you get. I said, did you what are you playing it on?
I got PS4.
Oh, okay, nice.
So
nice.
I'm
get
a
on
little
PS4.
late to
No,
the
no,
upgrading, but
No, you're good. PS4 is good. I
the
still
loading
have the one
screens are
Jimbo
pretty
gave me.
long.
Buddy of
Yeah.
mine gave me.
Long loading screens.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, the
Good
PS5
times to,
definitely
like,
helps with that a bit.
Seethe. And
Yeah.
You got
freeze.
anything more to say on the Atomic Heart?
Yep, I got. So this is my take on the game. The game is fast paced and hard as hell. Well, maybe not. I do suck at games.
there
Take
you
that.
go. I like that. That's a good
Yeah.
soundbite.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. Well, from that, I wanted
Moving
to
on.
segue into a game that is near and dear to my heart. The original version came out in 2005 for the GameCube as an exclusive
Throwback.
release. Can you guess what game I'm talking about?
Big Dick Suckers 10.
Big Dick Suckers 10.
Oh, wait,
Lee,
that wasn't a game. Sorry, that was a
Lee,
video.
you got to guess? 2005 GameCube exclusive release.
The fuck GameCube
Something I've been
exclusive
super
release?
excited and been talking about for a little
I got
while.
a question. Is it some kind of like maybe somebody lives somewhere, so they're some sort of resident?
Is
Oh,
it got
Would
a
they
lot of
maybe
evil
not
in
be
it?
You
Good.
guess, yeah, there you go. It's a resident with evil, and it's Quattro.
It's like the worst. It's like the worst roommate.
Are you just a white guy going around killing fucking ethnicities all the time?
Latinos?
Yeah, Latinos.
Yeah, you might be right there.
That was the original controversy of that game when it came out back in the day for GameCube. Everyone was really pissed about that.
Who's that guy who killed Trayvon Brown?
You mean Trayvon Martin?
Yes,
That was
Zuckerberg.
It's something with a Z.
Yeah, Mark Zuckerberg.
You're
what was his
really.
fucking-
We're going off the rails.
It's
Alright,
Mark
alright, sorry,
Zuckerberg.
We're talking about fucking Resident Evil 4 Remake, which comes out tomorrow. If you catch this fucking video tonight, John Michael Hell, watch my Twitch stream at midnight. I'm going to be streaming this game on release. And I'm going to play until I fall asleep. Because I have tomorrow off.
So,
I
you're
believe
gonna
in
be
you.
up for 36 hours.
So this what I'm talking about here is the Resident Evil 4 remake for PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One or whatever, Xbox One X, whatever the fuck
So-
they're calling Xbox now.
I think it's one.
also
X.
coming out on PC.
So the GameCube is dead, right?
Yes, the GameCube has been dead for a while, and
That
it's not.
game killed GameCube.
This game is not coming out on the Switch because
No.
it's too pretty.
Damn, GameCube was so cool though. What
Dude,
a
it
cool
was. Oh my
It
god.
was
We could do a whole
fantastic.
episode on
Tiny
And this
disc.
GameCube.
was
I love a
probably
tiny
my
disc.
favorite game for it. But yeah, it's got it comes out tomorrow, but it's got a Metascore of 93 right now. So this is all critic reviews, no user reviews until the game actually comes out. Here I'll bring up let me find a good review, a nice little short one.
Oh yeah. Let's get the review. We're reviewing today. It's a game review. Pew!
It's a game review. All right, the shortest one is from IGN Italia. So the Italian of
Italia.
It's a
IGN.
me.
Resident
Is
Evil
it just
4.
a meatball wrote this?
It's me, Chris Pratt.
Yeah, Meatball wrote it. Resident Evil 4 Remake is a remarkable recreation of the original game, aimed at both original players and newcomers.
I'm gonna get it. From
Gaming
that
Trend.
Stark review.
Yeah, here, let me give you a longer one. Gaming Trend gives it a 10 out of 10. Resident Evil 4, it says Resident Evil 4 was a 10 out of 10 game when it was released and remains so to this day. Despite the years since its initial release, Leon's adventure has held up incredibly well thanks to the combination of fantastic gameplay, a fun story, campy characters, varied environments, and a lengthy campaign.
Yep.
Now with a new facelift which modernizes the gameplay while providing an incredible graphical update, adding thrilling new set pieces and expanding the story, RE4 will undoubtedly remain on top of best game ever lists for years to come.
All right, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Pretty,
yeah.
they're
I
raving
can't
about it.
disagree with that. Oh man, I really did love that game. That was a huge game in my childhood. Like
Oh
playing
yeah,
with my
Resident
cousin
Evil
and
4.
stuff. That was
Ooh.
wild.
I am beyond excited for
Dude,
midnight to hit
so
tonight.
many nightmares.
John
Holy
Michael
shit.
Hell, check out my Twitch stream. If you're watching this, watch
Boy, you
I
plugged
do
your
think,
Twitch one more
Lee,
that.
real quick, Lee, didn't you have Resident Evil in VR?
Yes. Did you? Oh
Dude,
yeah.
I played it.
Yeah,
at your house
Resident
once.
Evil
yeah.
7 in VR, and I had
RE7,
to nope the fuck out. Actually, one of the craziest gaming experiences I've ever had. Straight up, had to turn off the headset with the power button because I couldn't handle it. I like went down some stairs, went into an area, and this thing like did the whole ring thing, crawling on its like arms and legs, all freaking out, glitching at me. And I went through the stairs, which is like another loading. It doesn't load screen, but it's like another zone. So I figured like, oh, it's not gonna follow me. I like ran up the steps a bit, and I turn around with the VR head. I literally turn around, look behind me, and motherfuckers right in my face, crawling up after me, and I just like, and fucking hit the fucking power button on the VR headset.
Avoided your bowels.
You know, I have heard
couldn't
that
handle it.
when PSVR 2 comes out, they're gonna
It's out.
have, well, they're gonna have a VR version of RE4
Yeah.
too, so that'll be
Yeah.
cool.
And they're
It's a good
RE8.
game to
No,
play in VR.
RE8's getting VR port and VR and RE7 for PS5.
Yes. Now,
Yeah.
Capcom is a company we all know and love, right? They do the Resident Evil series. This isn't their first go remaking a Resident Evil game, right? So we had Resident Evil 2 back in, I think,
Also had a one
2018.
remaster.
Yeah, there was a one remaster 0 that came out on GameCube though. Those were
No, way after. No, there was a one remaster that came out on PC and everything. Because I have it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Same kind of thing. Anyways, so but as far as remakes go, remakes and remasters are very different things.
Yeah.
Resident Evil 2 was the first remake they did, which I have actually played. I don't know if you guys have played it. Highly recommend it.
When did they do that remake?
That game is fucking phenomenal, dude. It's so good. That came out in 2020, I think.
Okay.
But yeah, it's so good. And it's like, you know, it's the whole like slow moving zombie stuff. You're running around like the movement's a little bit limited, but the graphics are fucking beautiful. And like you're just taking out walkers, and it's even got like a guy that follows you around to try and kill you. Honestly, one of the best remakes I've ever fucking played. And we're in an era of remakes right now.
Yeah, constantly.
yeah.
Everything's a remake right now. So.
I think Resident Evil 2 remake kind of started that, like got these gaming companies sort of thinking like, hey, why make a new game when we can remake our old classics?
think it
I
was
know,
like,
but what a
there
disappointment,
was definitely
man.
ones before that. It was like Shadow of the Colossus and other stuff, I think, for sure.
Yeah, that was
They
a
need to
remaster
keep.
again, though.
No,
So Paco, real quick on your point there, are you okay with the constant remakes, or are you in need of something
See,
new and
dude,
special?
if you had asked me that question a year ago, I might have been like, I don't know how I feel about it. But now that these remakes are actually coming out and getting really high critical reviews, like the Dead Space remake is supposed to be really fucking good.
I heard it
I'm
was fucking fantastic.
I'm
Yeah.
also getting that this weekend.
I'm so
Like,
mad that's only for PS5 or like not for PS4.
yeah, sorry, but yeah, I'm
Fuck
getting that
you, you
shit.
bitch. Let me borrow your
Um,
PS5 for a week.
yeah, the Resident Evil 2 remake was phenomenal. People really liked the Resident Evil 3 remake as well, but apparently they cut some corners and didn't really do all the content there, so it wasn't as good.
Yeah.
But
Nice.
they learned from that mistake.
Straight out of hell.
They learned from that mistake, and apparently fucking Resident Evil 4, instead of taking things away, they've added quite a few. Like, they've added a couple extra side missions, they've added story content, they've revamped entire boss fights, they've updated the knife combat, they've added movement to aiming, so you're not just aiming and having to stand in one spot, you can actually move
You can
around a little
move.
bit when you're aiming.
Okay.
It's just, there's just so much, and Resident Evil 4 was just such a it's such a milestone game. Like, I've been playing fucking Last of Us 2 recently, and that game is one of the greatest of all time in my opinion. And
Absolutely.
as I'm playing it, I'm just thinking like, man, this game would have never been made if Resident Evil 4 didn't come out and wasn't successful, you know? Like, Resident Evil really set the bar
Paved
for
the way,
for
kind of.
survival horror. Yeah, it really did. Like that. This is how you mix survival, action, horror, and make it perfect.
It's how you make an
So,
FPS with horror survival, yeah, in there.
third-person
Because
shooter, but
Dead
yeah,
Space did it good too.
yeah. I mean, Dead Space wouldn't have been gotten made without Resident Evil 4 setting the bar like that either. You know, like, so it's honestly Resident Evil 4, the original Resident Evil 4 is one of those games that if you like erase it from existence, it changes the entire landscape of fucking gaming, specifically survival horror. Like, I feel like we'd be looking at an entirely different landscape of games, survival horror wise, if Resident Evil 4 was never made. It's a
Damn.
very, very important game in terms of survival horror, especially, but also just in terms of great fucking games and what gamers actually like and what they want to experience. So
Oh
I
yeah,
am
dude. Hell
beyond
yeah, I love that
excited
claim.
for Midnight. I cannot fucking wait.
So
Nice.
RE4 is coming out for PS4 as well, though, right?
Yes, sir. You can get it.
All right.
You can get it yourself tonight at midnight if you want to fucking
I don't have tomorrow off, so
yeah. Well, you should take tomorrow off and watch my Twitch stream.
you should quit your job and watch Paco's John Michael Hell's Twitch stream tonight.
John
everybody.
Michael Hell, Twitch tonight at midnight.
Oh my God.
Check me out, babies.
Hell yeah, I
Because
love
I'm
it,
gonna
dude.
be going hard.
Okay, I gotta say real quick. Speaking of Dead Space, this is my Event Horizon shirt.
Nice.
You have an Event Horizon shirt? Yo,
Dude, look at
dope.
that shit,
It is
bro.
a beautiful shirt.
Hell yeah.
Shout
Oh
out
my
Sam
God.
Neal.
Mhm.
Yes.
Hit me up for merch.
Hit me up for
I'll wear
merch.
any shirt that your face is on.
So yeah,
Cool.
Resident
So
Evil
is that
4.
it for RE4?
All right, Resident Evil 4 Remake comes out tonight at midnight, March 24th, for $60 actually, not 70 like a lot of these newer games.
You save a tenner.
Yeah. I already pre-ordered it. I already got it downloaded, so I'm good to go. Just ready to fucking relive 2005, man. Great fucking year, huh?
Was that the year you
Good year.
graduated?
No, that was like 4 years before that. Yeah.
Oh,
I think I was still living in Germany at the time.
really Nazi.
Yeah.
So great. I'm excited to hear your reviews after playing the game.
Oh, dude, I very much
It
do
fucking
plan on.
sucks.
doing a whole like review episode, or at least half a review episode. I'm not sure what entirely our plan for the next episode is, but I would love to keep the video game stuff going and do a hardcore review on Resident Evil 4. I plan on beating it as soon as possible so I can talk about it in a nice little spoiler cast or something.
Hell yeah. Sounds good.
Nice.
So, RE4 being done, do we want to roll into Lee's segment over here where he roasts?
Oh, I know. Lee's itching and raring.
I mean, PD
Sort
Hell,
of.
to
sorry.
talk about something.
I'm gonna go ahead and
yes.
start by just correcting you on the Shadow of the Colossus thing. That was a remake, not a remaster, my friend.
Fucking
But nice
got
try.
your
They,
ass,
did,
dude.
they never
It was
remade
remake.
Shadow
Google
of
it.
the Colossus.
Google it right now. I did while you were talking. It's 100%.
Hey, while y'all argue,
It's
I'm
a
gonna go
remake,
pee
not
and
a
grab
remaster.
another beer, okay?
Yep. Yeah, no problem.
Hold on, I'm looking
What?
this up.
Yep, I did while you were talking. I literally Googled Shadow of the Colossus remake or remaster. It's a remake.
Is it coming out soon or something?
No, it already came out.
Oh wow, they did
Yeah.
just.
Yep, it was a remake, not a remaster.
Could have swore that was just a remaster. I'm gonna have to play that now.
Anyways.
I do have that game.
Yep. It's a good one.
Yeah,
But no, they
you're
fucking...
itching and raring to go.
Yeah, no, fucking... All that I've been paying attention to is goddamn Counter-Strike. Because as you
Goddamn what?
fucking know, Counter-Strike, as you fucking know, I've
Is it
spent...
Counter-Strike 3?
Yes, no, they can't count to 3. That won't happen. I don't believe in the not counting the 3 thing. I have a joke to say about that too, where I think Half-Life and all that is right around the corner.
No fucking way.
I'll tell you why. They're gonna skirt past the 3 thing, and I have a theory. So, fuck it. I'll just tell you right now. So in the CS:GO file or the CS2 files, there's leaks for Left 4 Dead 3. Apparently that's been happening. Apparently that's been happening in other games, whatever. But I am under the impression. I feel like eventually, it might not be soon. It might be. Shroud was joking that Half-Life 3 would come out in 2030 on his stream during the CS2 thing. He just kind of joked that. And all the CSGO pros have been joking about CS2 for a minute, and then it actually happened. So sometimes they like to throw it in your face like that. But my theory is that you're not going to see Left 4 Dead 3, Team Fortress 3, or Half-Life Episode 3.
Yeah, I want Left
You're
4 Dead
going
3
to see
more than any
Orange
of
Box
those, to be honest.
2.
Oh.
And then
I
they
would like-
skirt the
Box
3.
2?
They're going to release Orange
more-
Box
more
2 at
Portal?
once. Literally just release Orange Box 2 with all 3 of those games in it. Do you know how
Ugh.
incredible that would be?
Dude,
That would be insane.
I have floated
Left
that
4 Dead
idea. I
3.
floated that idea like 10 years ago.
You were 10 years early, dude.
Yeah,
Really
but it's. I think it's guaranteed that the reason they're waiting is they're waiting for technology to like. Basically, the way Gabe thinks is like, okay, they could make Left 4 Dead 3 now, and they since the leak way back in the day when Source 2 engine came out, they've pretty much said that Left 4 Dead 3 was almost finished. They had worked on that game for quite a bit before switching to Source 2 projects like Dota 2 being ported and what we now know was Counter-Strike 2. We didn't know they were working on that the whole time, but that's what they were doing. But Left 4 Dead 3 could be like I think that they're potentially just waiting for some new technology to come out. Like you see all the
How
AI
long do
going
we have to
crazy.
wait?
I think, well,
Speedy?
probably not much longer. If the AI is going crazy, I think they're just looking for ways to generate bigger hordes of zombies, really release a next gen fucking thing. And Gabe's all about waiting to release shit until they really have something new. Because he already argued they have like crazy VR tech behind closed doors, like shit that scans your eyes and your eye. Like they have eye track movement, but all kinds of shit. But they don't want to release it because they just feel like better shit will come out by the time they can make it consumer friendly for that product. And then they fall behind in the shit that's going ahead. So
Well,
they
they're
just want to
using it for
keep,
porn already.
they want to keep leading, and then get to a point that's really ridiculous, and then release everything.
All right, well, tell me
But-
about these fucking smoke grenades, dude.
Oh, the smoke grenades are alright. They're volumetrics. They just take up. They work like actual. They're an actual like 3D object in the space, and they kind of fulfill their container. So if you
Yes,
throw a
but-
smoke in an area, it gets in it, and it like
What I
fills
heard
out the whole
was-
area.
That people were getting excited about was some sort of smoke grenade counterplay.
Yeah, you can throw a grenade at the smoke and blow it up, so the smoke dissipates for a few seconds before coming back. and some people will like drop a smoke grenade at an angle, right? So the smoke grenade goes off, and if you're on the other side, you see that smoke grenade, you think, oh, there's a smoke grenade. No one's gonna shoot through that. Nothing's gonna happen with that. I can ignore that for a second. But then it blows up with a nade a second later, giving vision. The guy kills everybody, and then it turns back into smoke. So you can like do that real quick. Yeah. It's pretty slick.
That's pretty neat.
Do you think there's going to be a lot of people, like I guess with Source and 1.6, where they just don't fuck with 2 and just stay with Go?
I actually don't know. I haven't figured out if that's an option. As far as I've heard, they've stated that it's a free upgrade to CS:GO. So whether it's a separate game client or not, I think that's actually a good question. I don't know. I don't think anyone's really cared. But they're not like it doesn't feel like a new game, I think. I think it's mostly the same, just with like they had to port it to the new engine eventually, because all the bugs and shit that exist in the game they can't fix on the current engine. So they've had to port everything over and redo the game on Source 2. And then get it to match. And now they can fix the bugs.
So we're doing like an Overwatch 2 situation where it's just like, we're just giving this shit better graphics and slapping a 2 at the end of it.
They're getting all the bugs out of it and slapping a 2 at the end of it.
Yeah.
You could simply state it like that if you want, but then you're missing all the changes that are coming and like all that shit. I wouldn't compare it to Overwatch 2. And I also don't think Overwatch 2 was a big blunder. I just think people for some reason thought it was something else when they had been stating the whole time that it was
think people, be like
a small upgrade.
Like I said, people are gonna want to. There's always gonna be people that prefer the original, right?
Yeah.
So it's nice to have the option to go back and play it how it was.
Yeah.
So that's what I didn't like about Overwatch, where it's just like,
my whole thing about that is what is missing, like what is actually missing that's like from Overwatch 1 that you like so much that was like, oh god, I can't stand it without it. Having a 6th person on the team, I don't think anyone cares about that. The only people that care about that are the pro teams that had to suddenly boot a player. Those fucking motherfuckers might care, but there's like 30 of those total, and that's it.
I mean, boot the weakest player.
Yeah, exactly. Nobody cares, or just put them on a backup. So no one. I think 6-man wasn't a problem. Maps didn't change much, so nobody cares about that, I don't think. There's
really
new game modes.
Much of a change.
Yeah, there's new game modes, just cleaner stuff. It's mostly just upgrading it, yeah. The thing that hasn't come in Overwatch 2 yet is the PvE single-player mode, which I think is what everyone thought was happening then, but they even said, no, this is just a free upgrade to the multiplayer, and we're just branding it as Overwatch 2 yet, and the single-player has never come out, because that's been on delay, because obviously Blizzard's gone through tons of drama since this has happened.
I personally, I will go on air and say that I do have a problem with that, I don't like them just fucking reskinning Overwatch and slapping a 2 on the end of it. If you want to make an Overwatch 2, make it a different game. And don't fucking delete Overwatch 1. Like,
but Overwatch 1 is still there. Nothing's changed. There's nothing missing.
Overwatch 1.
You see what I'm saying? It is Overwatch. It's still one game.
Yeah,
it's just
Overwatch 1 is not still there. They changed it.
Yeah, they changed it, but you could just argue all they did was patch it and then just name it something different.
Yeah.
It's no different than it's just an expansion, at the very least.
If you want,
and they didn't even charge you for
it. Game, call it Overwatch the expansion, not Overwatch 2. It's not Overwatch 2. It's Overwatch reskinned.
Yeah,
with one less player.
I don't know.
In a way,
if the name is your only complaint about the game, then I'm not worried about it. The game is great. The games are fine. Yeah. It's the only difference between the two games is now the name.
Play Overwatch 1.
But that's what I asked earlier. What's missing from Overwatch 1 that you can't play now?
I just want them to be 2 separate games.
Yeah, but what can't you play now from Overwatch 1?
Now we're
can't play 5 fucking shits. 5-man teams.
Okay, so you actually just missed 5-man team. That's one thing. Yeah, so you had 5 friends. You had 6 friends.
6 friends.
Okay, so now you can't play with your 6th friend. That's the problem. Okay, gotcha. That makes sense. All right. So you want to play with your 6th friend in Overwatch, and that was what killed it for you. That's fair. That makes sense. That got gone. Yep. That makes sense.
It just doesn't feel like
better.
a sequel,
you got one less friend. Lucky.
Yeah.
That's fair.
It feels like they're
very little. So
yeah, it just felt like they were just slapping a 2 on something and doing a shiny coat of paint on it and being like, "This is a sequel." It's like,
Would you
no,
almost call it a
you
money
just
grab?
yeah, you just updated
It
a
was
game.
free.
That's not a sequel.
Well, they're making money somehow.
Yeah, through
Yeah.
skins like they've already have been.
Yeah.
See, nothing
So,
says
so all it is, it's just a
It
way to
should-
get people
dude,
re-energized towards the
Yes,
game.
if anything, that is all it was a way of rebranding and re-advertising and trying to hype it back up again. That
Get
was
people
it.
back into the
That's
game.
it.
It's coming
Yeah,
back.
that's
We got
it.
a new
Yeah.
one. But
Yeah.
it's the exact same fucking game.
Yeah, it's the
minus
exact
one
same
player.
fucking game. They just fixed up a bunch of shit. Yeah. They made
Yeah.
it feel more better for competitive leagues, which is what it was intended to be anyway. So
It's like
Yeah.
if we made a Welcome to Hell podcast 2 and just
Without Lee.
yeah, like cut out a person.
Or without me, or without Bago.
Yeah.
And we
foreshadowing.
Shit.
Foreshadowing.
Yeah.
No, you're here for the long haul, buddy. If I'm here, you're here, bud.
Welcome to Hell podcast part 2. It's the same Welcome to Hell podcast with one less of us, and we're older and prettier.
Hey, that's most movies
No.
nowadays. You get a sequel and it's just the people being older. Going
Yeah.
through different shit. Yeah.
No, at least sequels are. I think sequels are pretty good, dude. I love a sequel. The
You
Scream
love a
6 just
sequel.
came out, dude. And the Screams have been slapping. Scream
Oh,
5
they've
was
been slapping.
fantastic. Y'all don't
Scream
even like
slapping.
I actually
believe
like
it.
Scream 5. I really like Scream 5 and I saw this.
Can we
I haven't
can we
seen
get
Scream
back
6.
on Counter-Strike
Yeah,
2
yeah,
though
yeah.
a little bit more? I feel like the people want to hear some more info. You got any
Yeah, let's hear what you got for
Yeah,
us.
you got anything that like maybe I haven't stumbled on Reddit?
Maybe some streamers
Probably
you don't
not.
like involved
Not
in
at
the game.
all.
Yes, what's the tweet the deets, dude? You guys
Yeah.
any new
Some
stuff
streamers
came
that
out?
are really pissing you off or something.
No, not much. Just fucking I guess the only thing is the fucking streamers complaining about not getting into the beta.
Yeah,
when
I mean,
most of them
you're
are
one
not
of those,
very
right?
interesting. I did not get into the beta, no. That is
Yeah.
true, but I do not care. I will wait.
What's your
patiently.
Twitch handle if you want people to watch you play Counter-Strike?
I don't want to plug my shit. Get out of here. It's on the button.
Plug
They
your
can click
Twitch
it.
channel.
They can click it. They can
Oh,
click
wait, I
the
got a
button.
quick question.
I forgot my
Is-
name.
Is beta short for master beta?
Yes.
Moo.
Because that's what you do the whole time.
Oh, speaking of betas, fucking
Joe
Diablo
Biden?
4. Diablo 4 is gonna be free beta this
Yep,
weekend.
this
We
weekend.
should definitely jump around on that. You guys excited?
I'll definitely
No.
jump into it at some point, but yeah, I'm not as interested in Diablo 4 anymore.
Do you know if it's
2000 and late.
do you know if it'll be crossplay or is it
I don't know. I don't
Was
know.
it a-
Is
is
Diablo
it a
4 or
console?
3 crossplay?
I think it was, but just to be safe, I think I'm gonna get D4 on PC. Or like the beta on PC.
Yeah.
Just to see how it runs on my computer and stuff. I just got a new computer recently.
Yeah. It'll definitely run good.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah. So
Cool.
I'm excited for that. I love a good loot 'em up, and Diablo is like the OG of that. So
Hell yeah, it is, man. That's for sure.
But-
I remember Diablo 1 and 2 I played when I was like freaking 5 or 6 years old or some shit.
so
Damn,
yeah.
y'all playing
Once I
games at
knock
5 and
out
6?
Yeah.
out RE4, I definitely want to hop in on that Diablo 4 train.
It's like you're gonna be fucking stick to Resident Evil 4 until you beat the game. You better keep
Yeah,
playing until them credits roll.
I've read that the campaign's about like 16 hours long.
Oh, you can
So-
knock that out with one Adderall binge, dude. That's easy.
Yeah. I feel like I can knock through that, and at least by the end of the weekend. Maybe not from midnight to it's 16
I mean, let's do
hours
the
later,
math
but-
there. That's midnight to noon. That's 12. And then 4 more hours, dude. That's only 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Saturday morning. Saturday afternoon.
Friday.
Friday afternoon.
Yeah.
That's nothing. Come on, dude. You can do that.
I mean,
Okay.
it'll sure as hell be a lot easier than me going to work, but you know.
Hey, ain't that the truth?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, work. Who's it for? Not me. So anyway, Lee. So that's all you got on Counter Strike. No other comments, concerns.
Nah, not really. That's pretty much all I got there. I mean,
Well,
there's not much to
well,
go on.
good,
Like
we
the
were
game
hoping-
is still
we
in
were
beta.
thinking you
There's
could
not much
go a
coming
little
out
further.
yet.
Yeah,
There's not much to go on yet. It's still like everything that's out is out. I mean, there's still not much to know about until you play it, and a lot of it's just kind of out of my realm. Like
Through
the whole
that.
Yeah.
tickless server things. Like I don't know how to explain the tickless servers. I don't really know like how that exactly works or how it feels until I get my hands on it and really play with it. Then I'll be able to tell what's there and how it feels. But
yeah,
unfortunately,
that's why I brought up
the
smoke counterplay stuff, because that's pretty much all I've seen is just
yeah,
like
that's
a video.
yeah, that's
the
it.
smoke
It's just
grenades
like
thing.
what the
That's about it.
we'll see some basic counterplay shit from the pros, but you're gonna see the most like obvious counterplay stuff coming out. None of the interesting stuff's gonna come out for a little bit longer till like right now the pros are just fucking around. Like we gotta wait and see till once teams start forming again under the banners of this new Counter-Strike, and that's when you'll really start seeing shit come out, new strategies and all kinds of fancy shit.
Cool.
And the game will evolve. The game actually releases in summer. We don't know when. It just says summer 2023. So there's going to be at least 2 months of...
Yeah, that's a good window, right?
Yeah, to change
As
anything.
a podcast, we can maybe start covering some of that competitive gaming scene with you, Lee. I feel like you'd be a big fan of that.
No.
No. Okay.
No, do you want to be? Can we be more boring? Yeah, we should cover that.
People responded to our UFC talk, so people like the game.
That's not fucking CS
sports stuff.
Fucking, that's not Counter-Strike,
No,
bro.
people dig it.
That's people getting rocked in the dome piece.
Dude,
Lee,
people would dig the Counter-Strike talk, but not from us.
Okay.
We would get roasted so fast.
Well, if there's no more to...
I'll commentate it. I would love to I'm a great commentator. You guys know that I commentate everything. Somebody's trying to park. Ooh, who's this guy trying to park? Ooh, you went too far. You hit no windshield. Ooh, back up.
Well, if there's no more to speak on with Counter-Strike 2, I would like to...
Whoa. Lee, I got one quick question about the pros in Counter-Strike.
Okay.
How much money are we talking? Because I might fuck around and become a G at that game. You know, who knows?
Yeah,
I mean, it really depends.
I'm very athletic. I'm athletic in real life, so that must equate to video game.
How much? What do I look up? How much does someone make, or like their net worth? How much does?
No, how much do they make for being a pro on a CS team or something?
I got you. Well, it definitely depends on like you, as some players have made $1 million contracts.
Let's do the average.
All right. Well, I don't know. I haven't Googled the average.
Paco doesn't give a shit. He doesn't care about money.
Just...
Let's see.
You were so never gonna reach that level, Paul. I'm sorry.
You don't think I'll be that good? Oh, now I'm getting challenged. And you know what? You might be right, because I'll probably never play that game.
Yeah.
All right. The average. All right. He stated that the only top 10 players in the world make around $40,000 a month. One of those players, Iowa, makes $40,000 every month.
No,
the next bracket of players
all.
around $15,000 to $20,000 a month, depending on the player.
That's also not very.
That is not including like, so that's probably
that's like
based
over
on like
$200,000 a year, dude.
Yeah, that's probably based on like sponsorship deals and some of that shit. Some players obviously make way more. Like some players even know. Also, there's something to know that streaming
the top
makes way more money than.
What do they make?
Okay, so there's a caveat to how that works. So like I think the top esports the top competitive earned players ever is a single team in Dota called OG, and it's because they won the 2 biggest payout tournaments ever back to back. It's like 18 million and like 30 million or something a piece, and they won both of them. So they're the highest paid pro gamers ever. But there's also a difference between pro gamer that's won strictly from competing and a gamer who streams on Twitch, which is like a streamer on Twitch. You're an entertainer.
There's a lot of different avenues for.
Asmongold's an entertainer. Shroud's an entertainer.
You're making a lot more money. Sounds like you're making a lot more money if you win those big tournaments.
Shroud competed and he won it. Well, that was only for Dota. Counter-Strike doesn't have those tournaments. There is no $30 million tournament for Counter-Strike. The biggest tournament is like $1 million. It's just not. There's not there.
Yeah.
Only certain games have it.
Is Dota, dude? That there's a $30 million tourney.
So Dota also is crowdfunded.
Got an international.
It was
it
also was almost in the Olympics in China. So they almost pushed it into the Olympics.
The Chinese market.
Did you guys hear that? Apparently, they're having some video games to the next.
They're fucking horrible, and it's an absolute joke.
Yeah, absolute
joke,
dude. Yeah, it's no.
They didn't add
games.
any.
Like, the only good game that they're doing is what was it? Gran Turismo.
No,
and then
like are they doing a racing game?
No, the company that makes the games has money in the thing. Like it's a fucking scam.
Yeah, like
Total sham.
all the games they're doing are stupid as fuck.
Yeah,
Dude,
no, all the games that they're doing,
Greek-
the company that funds them has funding in the Olympic shit. They're literally pushing forth their own product. It's a fucking sham.
The Greeks would
They
be
didn't
so
do
pissed off
any
to hear that
competitive
there's
games,
video
yeah.
games in the fucking Olympics right
Dude, honestly, it makes sense. If you could have, like, think about it. If you could have chess as an Olympic sport, there's no reason you couldn't have League of Legends, Counter-Strike, Dota.
I don't
Those
think
games
chess
are
should be an Olympic
equally as
sport. I
difficult
think
as
Olympic
well.
sports should be physical activities.
One of
Yeah,
the,
I mean,
one
I
of
don't
the
I don't
video games-
necessarily disagree with that at all.
One of the video
Yes.
games they're doing
I-
for the Olympics is a fucking chess video game. Like
Yeah, but
You mean
that
just chess.
yeah, but the only reason they're doing that is just because it's faster and there's more tools for the player in chess. That's the whole like even regular chess tournaments have started switching from physical to digital just because it's better. It's better for viewership worldwide. They can see everything easier, and
You
they
can see
have
it
more.
flat, you
They
can
have
see all
more
the
like
moves.
tools in front of them to kind of manage shit, I guess. So there's
Okay, here we
certain
go.
things that they just prefer to do it digital now.
Olympics Esports Series 2023. Tic Tac Bow.
Okay, so what
It's
they're
fucking
doing
garbage.
WBSCE Baseball Power Pros.
Yeah, it's fucking garbage.
They're
Zwift.
a baseball game.
They're literally
Let me-
copying
let me
physical
finish.
sports
It's-
with like goofy games.
So
It's
wait,
so
so
bad.
what they're doing though, they're branding it as Olympic Esports. So
Yeah,
it's
let
a
me-
separate arm of the Olympics.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let me finish those 9 games. All right. So after Zwift,
9?
it's Just Dance, which is okay.
No, that's physical. That's a very physical game.
And then we've got
That
Gran
one
think it's
actually
Turismo.
makes the
DDR.
most
I'm
fucking
thinking
sense.
No.
DDR would be a good Olympic game.
Honestly, the one that makes the most sense is this one right here, Gran Turismo.
I actually disagree because Gran Turismo,
Uh,
there's already racing. Go race. That was the whole
it's
point
a
of
It has
esports.
one.
Yeah,
We
but
don't want
racing
esports to
isn't-
just be a simulation of
racing
physical
cars
sport.
is not an Olympic sport.
Yeah, but there's
Olympic
huge
esport-
grand. Yeah, but
kinda
then they
makes
should
sense.
include a Grand Prix track and not fucking some simulation. I don't
Alright.
understand the simulation thing. They should include
I got
actual
4
fresh sport.
I got 4
esports.
more Olympic esports games. All right.
All right,
So
let's hear 'em.
virtual regatta.
Is that where you make cheese?
I don't know. Virtual taekwondo.
This is this. What do you mean virtual taekwondo? You need to get into that a little more. 'Cause is it just them pushing buttons to do?
I don't
Taekwondo,
know,
or is
dude.
it
It
them-
makes no sense. Like, why not make it just Street Fighter or something? Anyways, tennis clash
No. They cannot put fake tennis in there.
and chess.
See, why would they throw chess in with that?
Yeah, I don't. It's just it's silly, but at least they're looking at video games, so that's cool.
No,
Well, video game
they
can have
ruined
their own
everything.
Olympics. Why would they make
I
their own
don't disagree
Olympics?
with that either. Well, that's that's why it's esports. So you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
So
you
they're
just
branding.
include it.
They're
They just
They're
wanted to
partnership
include
with
it.
the
And they just wanted to
Olympics.
include
Yeah,
digital sports in the
Olympic
Olympics.
esports
Yeah, that's
series,
all.
yeah.
Yeah, Olympic esports series. But I don't disagree. I just think it's stupid that you just grab all the. Like, people were arguing that even the funniest thing is, like, of what they wanted, they didn't include FIFA or Madden. Shit like that would have made
Yeah.
fucking more sense. Like, and I disagree with those, to be blunt as well. I want original esports titles. League of Legends,
Yeah.
Counter-Strike, Dota,
Yeah,
fucking
like
World of
actual
Warcraft
competitive
Arena,
games that are
actual
fun.
competitive
Apex on
video
there,
games
too,
that
yeah.
exist. Apex, great example. Actual video games that have a competitive community and are already built
Yeah.
and going. Like,
Yeah.
it's
And
a
I
fucking
think
slap in the
Gran
face
Turismo
to just
is
fuck
one
them
of those
off.
games, though.
Yeah. Dude, some of
Um,
these games have more viewership than fucking football.
Yeah.
Like, it makes no sense for them not to be there and for them to pick this game. That's what I'm saying. It's a straight scam. If you look at, I'm telling you, the company that funds some of those games, their money is involved in the Olympics too.
Well, I don't. It's not a scam.
That's
it's just a
100.
push
No,
to
that's
get
100%. I read that somewhere. I just don't know the facts. It's 100% the case. If you look
Yeah.
into it, I promise you,
I
you'll
like
find that.
I feel
That's
like
the
they're-
case. It's a
It's
scam.
a step in a fun direction. So at least we've got that.
No,
But it
they
is-
fucking went to
it's
make a
also,
step
like,
and they fumbled the
they
fuck down
stepped
the
in the
stairs
right
and
dir-
broke
yeah,
every
they stepped in the
goddamn
right
bone in their
direction.
body.
fumbled.
and
They
they
broke
landed their
everything.
shoe in a pile of shit. Yeah.
No, they fucking fell
Um,
down the steps and broke every bone. It's terrible. They're in the
We're at
hospital
like
right now,
a 5 or
recovering
a
horribly.
6-minute warning here, so I just wanted to shoehorn in a little bit of
No
We're 54.
segue? Come on.
yeah, I just wanted to shoehorn in just a little bit of appreciation for the Last of Us TV series and the
Shout
Last
out.
of Us video game series in general. For fuck's
So
sake.
you want to
Yeah,
go on
I
a
think-
date with Pedro?
So
Yeah,
Pascal.
I
just-
think we've praised that
just
every single
hats-
episode.
I know,
fucking
but
love it.
still, just hats off to Pedro, hats off to fucking HBO, hats off to Bella Ramsey for making an incredibly faithful adaptation to one of my favorite video game series of all time. And here's to season 2 being even better, just like Last of Us Part 2 is even better than Last of Us Part 1.
All right, great. I would also like to mention that you are not wearing a hat, so you didn't even have the opportunity to take a hat off in Very good. I'm glad you showed
Hats
some
off
respect there.
to Naughty Dog and everybody that was behind fucking the HBO series
Can I
and
do
Last of
one
Us
quick?
series in general.
Can I do an anti shout out to Naughty Dog as well? To the terrible
Shout out.
adaptation that was the Uncharted movie that they made with Mark Wahlberg and fucking Spider-Man.
That movie was terrible, dude. I tried watching it and I fell asleep.
It was not good. But the games, though, I fucking fuck
Mhm.
with those games. The movie was very
I
disappointing.
fuck with Uncharted as well. Uncharted rules. Naughty Dog just kicks ass in general. I
Dude,
fucking
they
love
Yeah.
that
fucking
studio.
they've been slapping it. They've been fucking
Sony?
slapping that Tonky.
You better keep your boys on that leash, man. Do not let them go.
You tell them to keep them as slaves? Keep
Just-
them crunching and crunching. I've heard about
whatever.
the terrible way that video game companies do work. So
whatever y'all are paying Naughty Dog, you better fucking raise it up a little bit because they're just slaying it.
you know they make them
And-
loot.
What
they
about
make 'em
Guerrilla
loot around
Games? What about the
warehouse
other
for their
companies?
paychecks,
What, do
right?
they get raises?
Huh?
No, I was
What'd
fucking
you say,
around.
Lee?
I'll say, what about Guerrilla Games? Do they not get a raise? They made Horizon. That was good.
Oh yeah, I mean Horizon's sweet, but it's no Last of Us.
Yeah, come on.
It's-
Not even the same.
Yeah,
fucking-
not
it's
at
not
all.
even in the Olympics, dude.
yeah.
Dude, I would have rather seen speed running in the fucking Olympics than any of the games
Oh,
they
dude,
listed.
speed
Oh, dude,
running.
that'd be
I'd rather
awesome,
watch
dude.
someone
I
speed
fucking
run
love
fucking
watching
Spyro.
Sipping tight
Let's
in the Olympics.
go.
Yeah.
That
I
would've
Throw
would-
been
balloons
better.
in there, dude.
Yeah, no glitch speed runs. Elden Ring.
Fuck it,
Let's
glitch
go.
speed runs. Let's go. Anything's better than what they put in there. I hate it.
Yeah, throw Titanfall in there. I think that'd be a good Olympic game.
No one gives a shit about the Olympics anymore. Fuck the Olympics.
We've got 3 minutes left. I do have a note here that says animal death stories. Lee, you got anything on that?
Oh my god, no, no,
Come on.
no.
Come on, round us out with a terrible, sad story about a
Yeah,
dead.
let's get gross
animal.
and weird in the last 3 minutes.
Okay, I'll tell you one. You get one goddamn shit.
Yeah.
And it's only because fucking driving down away from my house, there's fucking animals getting hit all the time. I'm gonna tell you the worst one. You get the fucking worst one. So I'm driving,
Alright.
and I get to this red light, so I have to stop. And so I can't go anywhere. I'm stuck at the red light. There's no dodging this scenario. There's no getting out of it. It's just awkward as hell. And
Well, you
right
could
to the
run it,
left of
but-
me, now there's cars in front of me. I'm not at the light. I'm like 4 cars back from the light in a 2-lane road. It's not happening. I'm not going anywhere.
Got
And the
it.
fucking to the left of me is this fucking car, and it had hit a deer. And it was a murder scene. It was the most... I've seen deers get hit by cars, you know, just flop over, they're in the ditch, something. This was a straight murder scene. This deer was spraying blood across the street.
187 on the motherfucking.
Yeah, and kicking its
deer.
legs everywhere and moaning and screaming. The woman was sitting outside of her car, fucking having a complete mental breakdown at the scene. Just about this deer that's literally kicking around trying to die. And
Dude, I
I'm
was
just
thinking
sitting
about
there
chili
in my
I could make
car.
from that thing.
Literally just sitting there in my car, like,
I
Wait.
got a bat in my car. Should I get out and kill it?
I
Dude,
don't
that
have a
would've been
bat.
fucking gnarly.
I don't have anything. I
You could've
live in
just
fucking
stomped it with your
redneck
New
territory.
Balances.
There was 20 fucking rednecks within a rock throw distance that could have pulled their fucking guns off their hip and taken
Hmm.
care of that shit. But all of them were probably like,
They like to watch him suffer.
yeah, fucking all of them are assholes.
Now think
That's
about
why
all the
there's so
blood
many
and
dead
guts
cars.
and gore and
Dude, that street
viscera
was
that came out of that
paved in blood. That
fucking
was fucked up.
deer. And right in the middle of that blood pile, you see John Michael Hell, stream Resident Evil 4 remake at midnight tonight. You won't regret it. It'll be a fun watch.
Also, when thinking of all those blood and guts, never forget who brought you that. That was PD Hell, because he hit that deer.
Oh my god, no, I
Watch
did
it
not
stop.
hit that deer. The woman hit that deer.
You murderer!
That
The next
woman
time
hit
you
that
tune
deer.
in
Not me,
to
god damn it.
Welcome to Hell,
It wasn't
remember
me.
that PD Hell is a deer murderer. He's
PD
a
Hell's a deer
murderer.
murderer!
You are a deer murderer.
Deer murderer!
Evil deer murderer. Deer murderer.
Follow
John
me on
Deere
out there.
murderer.
Play
Follow
all
me
the
Murder,
on
games.
Twitch, John Michael Hell.
Tractors.
We're boycotting the Olympics this year.
Yeah, fuck the Olympics, I agree.
Yeah, because I
Yeah.
didn't get picked up for swimming, dude. I should